Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to my channel, Greyhound DFS. I got 5 picks for you that I like for the early slate. Then I'm going to give you 5 picks that I like for the main slate, and then 5 picks that I like for the main slate that are $4,000 and under. So starting at point guard, I like Ja Morant. I like Ja Morant today because there's no Patrick Beverly for the Clippers. He's averaging 29 minutes a game and 33 fantasy points per game. Look for him to continue that. He's only 6,200, so that's not a hard price to get to. He's projected for 33 fantasy points. The Clippers are ranked 13th at his position and 12th in total defense. So Patrick Beverly not being there, and then Paul George is probably not going to be there either. So that's 2 pretty good defenders that he's not going to be having to face. And then Kawhi Leonard, just because Paul George, I like him because Paul George is not going to be there. And you might need him to cash to Green in this 2-game slate. But he's averaging 31 minutes and 46 fantasy points per game. He's projected for 48 fantasy points. Memphis is ranked 14th at his position and 27th in total defense. So he's going to be able to do whatever he wants pretty much. Power forward, I like Brandon Clark. Him and Valanciunas usually split the minutes. I like Valanciunas too, but I just like him for some reason today. He's averaging 21 minutes a game and gets 24 fantasy points per game. He's projected for 24 fantasy points. The Clippers are ranked 20th at his position and 12th overall. Who else do I got? Lou Williams. He's probably gonna get a few more minutes today. No Patrick Beverly. He's averaging 30 minutes a game, getting 33 fantasy points. He's going up against a soft defense. I don't say soft because the players are soft. I just mean like their defense is weak. He's projected for 34 fantasy points. Memphis is ranked 26th at his position and 27th overall in total defense. I mean, I feel like Ja Morant's better than 26th, but it's not just him. So I got one more. I got one more. Forward, I like Jay Crowder. I think he's been on the IR. Did I already get Jay Crowder? Oops. Find him real quick. Oh, right there. Oh, he's questionable for today. I think he's gonna play. Well, he's questionable, so you know what? I'm gonna switch this to since he's questionable, which is some bullshit. Where's my big guy at? I'm gonna just tell you why I like him first. I like Jay Crowder today because there's no Paul George that's going to guard him. Kawhi Leonard's going to have to guard somebody. And it's probably not going to be Jay Crowder. He's projected for 24 fantasy points. The Clippers are ranked 20th at his position and 12th in total defense. He's averaging 30 minutes a game and 25 fantasy points a game. Jonas Valanciunas. I like this guy too, the big man. He's averaging 25 minutes a game and getting 32 fantasy points per game. They're weak. They're weak on the inside. Like Zubac, Ivica Zubac. I like him, but he's no match for this guy, I don't think. Why can I not find him at all? All right. Well, now I'm going to go ahead and give you my picks for, let me see here, the 7-game slate. Let me see. A shooting guard, I like Derrick Rose against Golden State. He's averaging 24 minutes a game, getting 30 fantasy points per game. He's projected for 30 fantasy points. Golden State's ranked 25th at his position and 20th overall. Small forward, I like. I like Buddy Held at home against New Orleans. New Orleans just came off that loss against the Lakers, so they're probably a little wore out. He's averaging 34 minutes a game and 34 fantasy points per game. He's projected for 35 fantasy points. New Orleans is ranked 10th at his position and 26th in total defense. And at center, I like. I'm gonna go ahead and skip center. I like at guard, 6,700. I like DeMar DeRozan against Milwaukee. He's one of the most solid players in the NBA this season. His price dropped a bit since the last game. He's averaging 33 minutes a game, getting you 37 fantasy points. He's projected for 37 fantasy points. Milwaukee's ranked second at his position and ranked 10th in total defense. And at power forward, I like Marcus Aldridge. Marcus Aldridge is averaging 33 minutes a game and scoring you 38 fantasy points per game. He's been super solid too since November. So, and his price dropped a little bit. So, after scoring 46 fantasy points, his price dropped. I'll take him. Nobody else want him. I'll take him. He's projected for 37 fantasy points. Milwaukee's ranked 21st at his position and 10th overall. And then at the utility spot, I like a 7,900, which is ridiculously low price for Nikola Vucevic. He's averaging 31 minutes a game, 41 fantasy points per game. No Jonathan Isaac is not going to play, so there's going to be more rebound opportunity for him. And he's had 40 points. I mean, Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight. He's had over 41 fantasy points the last 5 straight games. And he's had throwing a 57 in there, so he's balling. He's projected for 42 fantasy points. Utah is ranked 10th at his position and 6th in total defense. So it's going to be a battle between him and Rudy Gobert, but I still like him. Now I'm going to give you my plays 4,000 or under. At point guard, I like... excuse me. I like... Where is he at? DeJounte Murray's not playing. So I like a couple... I like a Spur. You can see I like the Spurs today. I'm high on the Spurs. He's averaging 26 minutes a game at 18 fantasy points. His minutes, he might get a couple more minutes because, what's his name's out. Even though Derek White's probably going to start, Derek White might get the minutes, who knows. But he's projected for 19 fantasy points. Milwaukee's ranked second at his position and 10th in total defense. And at shooting guard, I like $3,400, where's my guy? Justin Holiday against Atlanta. This game might be a blowout. He might get more minutes. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure John Collins ain't playing. But he's averaging 25 minutes a game and 17 fantasy points per game. He's projected for 17 fantasy points. Atlanta's ranked 23rd at his position and 30th in total defense. At small forward, I like 3,700. And I've never really taken this guy, but I like him today. Thaddeus Young. He's averaging 21 minutes a game, getting you 19 fantasy points per game. He's projected for 18 fantasy points. And Boston's ranked 13th at his position and 3rd overall. Boston's a pretty slow-paced team. But I'm betting they got a couple guys out today. And power power forward, I like 3,800. Where are you at? Daniel Tice. Bam. Going up against Chicago. And Daniel Tice is projected for 21 fantasy points. Chicago is ranked 30th at his position and 15th overall. He's averaging 21 minutes a game and he's averaging 20 fantasy points. So he's at least going to get his average. And then I like, for the Orlando Magic, I like a 3,400 Mo Bamba. Hopefully he gets some more minutes due to Jonathan Isaac being hurt. But I wish Jonathan Isaac a fast and speedy recovery. I was watching the game when it happened. I had Jonathan Isaac in like 90% of my lineups. Well, literally I had him in all of them except for one lineup. But I like Mo Bamba today. He's averaging 15 minutes a game and 16 fantasy points per game, so he's giving you over a point per minute. He's projected for, wow, he's only projected for 10 fantasy points today. Is that right? No, that can't be right. He's projected for 15 fantasy points today, sorry. And, which is his average. Utah is ranked 10th at his position and 6th in total defense. So that's what I like. That's my 5 guys 4,000 or under that I like today on the main slate. If you got any value out of this video at all, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Follow me on you can follow me on Twitter at Greyhound DFS. You can DM me over there. I'll message back. But anyway, good luck to everyone, and I'm out.